Hey guys, how are we doing? Crypto Insight UK here, bringing you back another YouTube video. So today, I was going to explore what it would look like if I was wrong. As you guys know, I'm not going to get into it too deeply. I think we have a pullback. Discuss many reasons why. I think Bitcoin's due to pull back either into this area at 58 or maybe a bit lower down here to 55, potentially even sweeping the lows at 51. And if we have a worst case at 45, because there's a lot of liquidity there, I'm going to show you that on Trading Different just really quickly, and then I'm going to get into what it would look like if I am wrong with my thought process. I've been wrong many times before, and I could continue to be wrong, but my thought process is we potentially come up here and sweep this liquidity above us. Here, maybe 65k could go higher, 66. That's when I'll be most cautious because of all the liquidity below us. I'm going to take it on the daily just so it loads faster. All the liquidity below us down here at, if there's loads, let's just zoom in. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. There's loads of liquidity down here, look, at 46 to 47k. As I've talked about previously, we have left liquidity behind, like when we're at 24k down here. So do I think we're definitely going to come down there? I don't know, but my base case is that we have a pullback at least before we start to head on. You know that because of momentum, open interest. I've been showing you guys the structure, how we're struggling to break recent swing highs, even with all the positive news that we're getting, all this sort of stuff. But I could be wrong. It happens, and if I am, let's discuss what it would look like if I am wrong. Well, what we need to look for. Well, one of the things I've been banging on about literally for months is gold. I would like to see some rotation from gold into crypto. In fact, I wrote about this at the start of the year. I wrote about gold, everyone rushing into gold, and I can post the screenshots, I can post the newsletter. It's in the newsletter. I made my year of predictions in the newsletter, and one of them was that people were going to rush to gold as they were uncertain, and when monetary policy started to ease, they would rotate into crypto. So one of the things I would like to see is, as monetary inflation is probably going to start to come back because policy is easing, especially in the US, but also now a lot in China. They've been starting to do a lot of stimulative exercises. Will people start to rotate away from the safety trade in gold and chase the high yield or high risk to reward play in crypto, chasing those percentages? That's something I would be watching. What else would I watch? Well, I also would watch for a DXY breakdown. I've been saying that I thought the DXY would probably rally up to about 1025, somewhere around there, somewhere in this sort of area here. Maybe bounce off that support there, maybe 102, that resistance 102.44, and before reversing downwards, because we're at the bottom of the range. You normally get like a little bit of a dead cat bounce and then continuation to the downside. But if we continue to break down out of this range, then great. But do you remember, even though I am short term looking think we'll have a pullback, long term, I'm uber bullish, uber bullish because of everything we're seeing, and I think that probably comes mid to the end of October. Chance that it comes before that as well, just at the start of October, 6th, 7th of October, maybe started by, if the SEC don't appeal the Ripple lawsuit, maybe that starts to bring a catalyst into the markets. I don't know. But this is what if I'm wrong. So that the first two things is watching for gold, watching for the DXY. What else do we need to watch for? Well, we need Bitcoin to break above the recent swing high that it's at right now. Start getting some daily closes above there, and probably see some sort of explosive move that takes us above the highs, up above $75,000. Excuse me. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold. I'm on the Lemsips this morning, so it's not great. But we need to see closes above the top of this range, which is quite a decent way from here. Still roughly about 20% move to get to the top of the range. That's one of the things we want to see. Could I be wrong in the sense that we might start to see alt season, alts outperforming here? Well, if Bitcoin even does pull back, could alts outperform? Very possibly, yes. I've been talking about this, Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance has been creating bearish divergences since literally October of last year, but still managing to grind up. I do base case think that we do maybe have a pop-up like this into the 60s, or even maybe a little bit higher up here, maybe 65 sort of area, or all the way up here, potentially. I don't see it going as high as that. You'd have to see something pretty insane for that to happen. I think more likely that we go somewhere like this, and then plunk, as Bitcoin has a parabolic rally, breaking through its range. When it does, or or we start to pull back and Bitcoin bounces first, and then we get that push up in Bitcoin, and then we come down and alts go on their move. That's my base case. But we're talking about, could I be wrong? Could I be wrong? Yes, but what we'd need to see first is a break of this. I'm really bad at drawing freehands. Let me try again. Break of this level here. Then we could start to see alts potentially outperform from now on, essentially, if we started to break that level and Bitcoin dominance started to head down. Something else we could watch for. Some things that we are seeing is alts outperforming. Some alts, like let's look at Sui, for example, is doing very well. That's something that you want to see continue, and that to start spreading across different alts. It's on the weekly time frame, let's go on the daily. You want to see this spreading across different alts as well, and breaking through all-time highs, not just resistance levels, which is a great start, but breaking through all-time highs. That's the next thing that we really want to see here. Like large market cap cryptos breaking their all-time highs. Right now, Sui is just at retracement levels, banging its head on the 786. It's a nice retracement, but so far we haven't seen any expansion in price action. We're seeing some other signs from things like Tau, really ripping here as well. Which, as I said, these are good signs. We need to see a continuation of this, and probably across more alts than just like 1, 2, or 3 or 4. We're seeing some meme coins start to pop off, and some hype coming back into the smaller meme coins. People talking about things on Twitter. What else would I like to see? I'd like to see stocks continue on their all-time high rally. They had a little bit of a pullback yesterday. I'd like to see them continue to all-time high. I'd like to see the RTX go to all-time highs, which is the Russell, which is blockchain backer talks about. Oh no, the RTY, sorry, is it? RTY, sorry. RTY goes to all-time highs. Blockchain backer's been talking about this. He's looking for breadth in the market, which essentially just means that like a lot of things going up, like not just like a consolidated few things carrying the rest of the market. They're essentially all the things that I would mainly be watching for. I'd also like to see some sort of narrative come out. I don't know what the narrative specifically might be. Could be negative and we don't go lower, or could be positive and like really positive and that breaks us through the resistance level. They're the sort of things that we need to get. We need to see retail really like pouring into this market. Finally, if we start to look at the open interest, if we look, we are still massively green in funding, and open interest is still coming up for Bitcoin. So like we are at the top of the range while all this is happening. So that's another reason why I do feel like we could have a pullback. However, let's get on the daily. Like I do think this is the next leg. It's just when we get it. Like I've been saying, like I think we are. I don't think we're there because this is just refreshed. I think we're here now. When I first wrote this, I thought we were there, which was a while ago. I think we're here. I think we see something like this, and then we start to see this. That's basically where I think we are. But again, could I be wrong? Yes, we could just be challenging the resistance now. We could have been there already. We could have had the pullback, and then this could be us sending. But again, we need to see this high taken, this high taken, these highs taken, and start to close above. We ideally backed by a lot of spot volume down here. And maybe some short squeezes to get rid of some of this open interest, take us above those ranges, back by spot, as I said, and to see us continue. Another little altcoin I've been watching a little bit for the last few days, WorldCoin, broke its recent swing high, broken out of a downtrend. I talked about this yesterday. Broken out of a downtrend, look clearly, broken this swing high. A lot of spot volume. That's the sort of thing we want to see in Bitcoin if we start to get this push out. But yeah, that's essentially all that I'm watching right now. I talked about Say a bit yesterday. Open interest rising, pretty negative on funding still. So maybe we come back, test support at like 40 and start to send. And again, back by spot buying as well, but then probably see some short squeezes that could take it higher. But that's basically what I'd be looking for if I was to be wrong. Happens a lot, guys. Like I've just given my best opinion. I'm way more weighted on the opinion that we go up in the short to in the medium to long term, than I am that we come down in the short term. Like I would say, I'm not certain that we go up in the medium to long term, but like all my eggs are in the basket that we do. I'm in spot, but I just feel like in the short term that we come down. But as I said, and I've shown in this video, like I could be wrong, and that's what I'm looking for. If I am wrong, they're the sort of signs that might give you an indication. Okay, Will's wrong this time, and we're going to start to break out because of this, this, and this, and you can make your own thesis from there. I'm still base case that we are going to pull back. Everything is still telling me that we are. Maybe we come up into the liquidity area I showed you at the start of the video first, before the pullback, but let's see what happens. As I said, could be wrong. Let's keep our eye on things. Gold is the biggest indicator for me. Let's see what gold does. Been writing about that for genuinely months in the newsletter, and called it at the start of the year as well. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you've got any questions, let me know. And if you enjoyed, please do share with a friend and subscribe if you don't already, because I know a lot of you watching this don't actually subscribe. In fact, about 12% of my viewers on each video are subscribed. So hit that subscribe button. Peace up, A-Town down, as Crypto Insight UK would say.